When God give me a word, he say, son, through apostle, you need to go at that spirit for a season. I have to obey it, or else what's going to happen is destruction going to show up. That spirit going to grow up with her and become something. Wonder why these girls got attitudes. The attitude started off stubbornness, but it matured into an attitude. Now every time you talk to them, they twisting that neck, smacking them lips. That spirit what? Has matured. Now you can't tell them nothing. As soon as you tell them something, they automatically get angry. They automatically fight you back. Who's you talking? Because that's the spirit. It's not them. That spirit has grew up. So what happening is, that's why God say train a child in the way he should go. Right. You training that child up. When I'm looking at my kids, God showing my kids, he said, you have to train them up to rebuke spirits. Without them knowing that they rebuking spirits. That's why you tell them don't go in the kitchen and get the cookies because I told you not to get it, because you're teaching them to rebuke rebellion. Because rebellion, you're going to tell them go in there and get the cookie. That's why I tell you a little bit up. Because I'm teaching you how to what? Rebuke against the rebellion. But if I don't whoop you or give you any consequences, that rebellion is going to grow up and be something else. That's why our kids is dying. Them spirits that grew up. Now you got 12-year-olds. They got the mentality of a grown man. They killers. That's all they think about. Where did it start at? When they was little. And they was watching mama and daddy. And they was doing everything mommy and daddy was doing as a little kid. Growing up, they mature quicker than they needed to.
Yes.
As a parent, you can't let your children hear everything you talk about.
Amen.
You can't. Because they will mimic it. But what happens is they come in agreement with that what? Spirit. If they hear you gossiping, guess what? You got a mature spirit of gossip. Here come a little baby and the gossip looking at her like lunchtime. Because now I'm a big demon messing with a little child. I got a better chance going at the child than I do at the adult. Because the adult, he has parameters. You may gossip at home, but you're not going to gossip in front of that person. But a child is different. A child will tell on you.
Amen.
They'll say it to your face.
Amen.
They ain't got no parameters. They ain't got no, what you call it,
Walls.
huh? I can't hear you.
Walls.
Walls, yeah, that's good. They ain't got no walls. They ain't got no walls. They just free to do whatever, say whatever. Gonna help me preach. That's what I'm talking about.
Amen. Amen.
God said He about to use you.
Amen.
Amen.
But God, but what we going to catch is that if we set parameters, I don't know who I was ministering to, but God told me to tell them, you got to be quick to obey. But I told him to tell, I began to let him know what God taught me. He told me, don't give yourself a chance to disobey. Me, put yourself in a position where you say, I'm going to obey, and that's all I can do. That's all I can do. That's it. Because I don't even give myself a choice to disobey. Because when I give myself a choice to disobey, now I got to choose. Got to say, ooh, that disobedience look good sometimes. Sometimes I don't feel like getting up and anointing my house. That disobedience look good, I can just go to sleep. But God say, now you got to anoint it now, something coming. So I said, okay, I got to get up and anoint my house. Even if I'm tired, even if I don't feel like it. I don't give myself a choice. A lot of people be looking at me and they be wondering, how did God get you where you are so quick? It wasn't, I was quick to obey. It had nothing to do with me. It wasn't because I was smart. There's a lot of people know a lot more stuff than I did. There's a lot of people that did a lot more stuff than I did. But it had nothing to do. The only thing I do is I'm quick to obey. Look at Apostle. Apostle got to be quick to obey because every time she didn't ever want to preach. Yeah, she's been preaching for a long time. But she never want to. That's why she's so quick to throw the mic. Because she still don't want to. But if God deal with her, I was watching her. I said, if you get out that chair, go ahead, Apostle, go. And she was trying her best not to get out that chair. She's trying her best not to let that anointing stand up. But she matured. So she just shifted it onto me. But I was looking at it, I said, but you got to know, you got to be able to have discernment.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? Discernment have you see stuff that other people won't see. Because God will deal with you. See, I see her rocking. She's trying her best and I got that chair. She was like, if I stand up, I don't know where you're going to take me. Because what happens when that anointing hits you, it makes you want to walk. Mm-hmm. That's why I can't stand still. Mm-hmm. That's how I know I'm under the anointing, right? I feel good. Whatever pain I had is gone now. Why? I'm under the anointing, right?
Right.
Come on. You don't feel it, right? Because now you're under that anointing. That's why it's good for us to what? Fail not to assemble.
Exactly.
More prayer, more power.
Exactly.
If I got a prayer life, she got a prayer life, when we come together, it's going to cancel out whatever's in her life. It's going to cancel out whatever's in my life.
Amen.
If you got a prayer life.
Amen.
Even if you don't get a prayer life, you're going to reap the benefits.
Exactly.
That's why sometimes we don't get a prayer life because it feels so good to be around somebody who do, and you just, it's easy. It's easy just to pour your problems on them because you walk away feeling light. I feel good. I don't even need to pray. Oh, you need to pray. Because there's coming a season where that ain't even going to work no more.
Right.
Because God said, he said you got to get them off milk. Basically, you got to take the nipple out of their mouth. Mm-hmm. Because when you're on milk, the only thing you want is what mommy got. Mm-hmm. Mommy, daddy. But when you become an adult, you don't ask mommy or daddy no more. Now you got to go to God and say, I got to get this for myself. This is what it means to mature. That's why God, the crazy thing about it is God told me the same thing. He said it's time for the saints to grow up. Mm-hmm. He said that to me while I was sitting up there. She just came out her mouth and said it. I said, ooh, Lord, here we go. He said it's time for us to what? Come on, somebody say it. Time for what?
Grow.
Come on, it's time for us what?
Grow.
The reason why we don't have what we want is because we ain't grown up. The only reason why we are what we are is because we're not quick to obey. Obedience is better than what? So if you keep losing stuff, you got to start to question how obedient you really are. Don't question what my pastor doing, because pastor can't do nothing for you. Don't question what the prophet doing, because prophet can't do nothing for you. You got to question how quick are you to obey. Amen. Because my obedience is not going to help you. In the sense that I can't take you to heaven with me. You can try and grab my leg if you want to. I just won't have no leg in heaven. I cut that bad boy off. Shoot. You ain't taking me wherever you want to go. I got to go to heaven for myself, right? How many people gonna try to take somebody with them? Yeah, what I thought. How many people gonna go to hell for somebody? Come on. That's what I thought. You don't want to go to hell for somebody, but why are we always mad at each other?
Amen.
The Bible says if you hate your brother and you say you love God, he said you're a liar. Amen. He said you're a liar. He said you're a liar. Then he said a liar will not tarry in my sight. So I mean you ain't even gonna see the gates. Forget getting to the gates. You're not even gonna ever see the gate. God said you won't tarry in my sight, so that means you won't even go where he is. You automatically be separated. Hell just means to be separated from God. That's what hell really is. Forget the fire and everything, because anybody who ever tell you they went to hell, they say the worst part of it was that they were separated. They had no hope. It's no hope down there. You know how, no matter how bad it looks, you always saying, but it can get better. But imagine in hell, there ain't no it can get better. It is what it's going to be forever. That's why we got to question ourselves. Are you really afraid to be separated from God? For real. That's a real question we got to ask ourselves. Because it's not about me judging you or you judging me. It's really about us judging ourselves. Right? Judge not unless you be judged first. Unless you go judge yourself first. God don't even worry about judging nobody else. There's sometimes I feel like I be like, Lord, man, these fights I be going through, I be thinking, Lord, I gotta go tear it. I gotta go tear it. Because I pulled. And I don't like it. Because it takes you places you really don't want to go. But I still got to believe. I say, God is good regardless of wherever I go. He got me. Even though I don't want to go. God, where did Deshaun at? There was a pit that God told me to go in. I don't know how many people was here Wednesday. But God sent me into, he was in a place in hell. And people don't know that you could be in hell and be walking around and be alive. People say it all the time, though. What they always tell you. And going through hell. Don't know how literally what that is. They said, man, I'm going through. I mean, it seems like no matter what I do, nothing works. Because you're in hell. Your soul can be there. Your spirit can be there, but your body is here right now. Now, there's some people who already got the mark of the beast walking around. See, we keep waiting on Revelation time. Now, no, we already in Revelation time. Been there for a while. The seal's already open. It's already started. But we don't notice. We just think that it's just normal to see a man go in there and shoot kids point blank. You think it's normal. Man, I was on internet last night, and God told me to look up dead terrorists. Look up dead Christians. Now, in the military, we in the military, we look at this stuff all the time anyway. But I look at this stuff now, seeing people, their head blown off, and I start seeing this, but it don't hit me like it used to. Because I really don't like looking at this stuff, but it didn't hit me. You know why? Because I was in the spirit, and God said, I look at this stuff all the time. Look at this Christian that got their head chopped off. Then you got Christians burning Muslims. You understand what I'm saying? We keep thinking it's one-sided, but it's not. It's both sides. You got people fighting each other. God said in the last days, he said the Christian that fights back by the sword is going to what? Die by the sword. They fighting right now. I just seen a Muslim, they burnt him to a crisp. And I'm thinking to myself, we in the end times, and we don't even realize it. Not for real. We say it, but we don't really believe it. Because if we believed it, we ain't got time to be partying, clubbing, sexing, texting. We ain't got time to be distracted. We only got time to get right.
Come on now. Get it right.
We got to get right. I used to be happy I was born in this time. I said, oh, we got computers. We got cars. We got houses. We ain't got to work with no horses. Until I went to Abraham's house in Iraq. Went to Abraham's house, and I stood on top of his house, because over there they don't have no roof. They make their roofs, but it was just a building down there to live. I stood on the house. I got to looking around. I said, you know what? I told my captain, I said, sir, I think it was better to live in their time. He looked at me and said, they ain't had no cell phones, they had nothing. But I said, dude, you don't realize that when they had children, their children was with them 24/7. Your children didn't leave. God was doing about this today. He said, you see your children, he said, your children spend more time with their teachers than they do with you. Don't they?
They sure do.
They spend more time with strangers than they do with their parents. God said it's out of order. We backwards. We were supposed to be the one teaching them. We were supposed to be their teachers.
Right.
But they have what? Separate the enemy. But since it's normal, we just take it as routine. Go to school. Do what you do. I started thinking about that thing as God started dealing about it. He said back in the day, think about it. They didn't leave until they was almost 40 years old in the Bible. Before they went inside, got to go get a wife. They been with their daddy the whole, and their mama the whole time. Working, talking. They were closer because they knew each other. I know what you're going through. That's why it's easy for parents to disregard their children. Because you spend all day worrying about other people's problems that when you come home, you don't have enough energy left to worry about. So you aggravated, irritated. Stuff that they do, anything they say, just make you go. Because you don't spend all day worrying about somebody else's problems. Then you done lost your energy. That's the enemy. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to show him to be alive. And I got to go home and put the smile on, saying what I did when I was at work. I got to not be quick. I thought about the thing God was showing this the other day. He said, man, he said, we is backwards. He said that society has taught us how to be strangers to each other. You said something. Family is very important. But it's not important to America. Because if it was important, they would be more pushing us to do it at home and make it easy to do it at home than what? Do it in some building. Be honest with you, who raising our kids? Our teachers. Whatever your teacher is, how many people remember your teachers? How many people remember your kindergarten teacher? Come on. How many people remember when she would talk to you? How many people know when she was mean, nice, happy? How many people know that? You can go through each year, and in the years you're going to remember is the one that had the most significant, the most impact on you.